Okay, welcome to the second part of porting the elemental shields to Sonic 1. In the last episode we ported the basic ability logic, but not the logic for binding it to a shield. So we're going to address that now. So Sonic 1 has a variable that determines whether Sonic has a shield or not, but there is not a variable to say what type of shield he has. This variable would allow us to use a different elemental shield ability based on what type of shield Sonic has. Now, we're not actually going to add the shields themselves just yet, but we can kind of Frankenstein this logic. So you have a regular Sonic 1 shield, but it'll randomly have the ability of a random elemental shield. So, we need to find a spare byte of RAM. And unfortunately, with the Sonic 1 disassembly, you cannot just look for gaps, like, ooh, look, a gap. Maybe I can use 64F. No, okay. Even though this is only 1 byte long, this is not a guarantee that 64F is free, because this is an incomplete disassembly. If you come in here and just look for raw, unequated RAM addresses, you will find, oh look, 64F. So, if you want to look for spare RAM in an incomplete disassembly like this, I would recommend the Sonic Retro Wiki. They have a great page on this, and if you come down here, 64F is indeed used. Want to look for spare RAM? Here's some spare RAM. As for me, I found it was actually spare RAM right next to the current shield variable, which is very convenient. So, you goofy damn text editor. Here we go. As you can see, there are spare bytes between these two. 2A and 2B are free. So we're going to put our new variable in 2A. Alright, so. Now, we're going to have to do a little bit of speculative programming, I think. Because in Sonic 2 and 3, the variable for determining what type of shield you have is not a global variable like this one. It's actually a property of the Sonic object. But, well, you may have seen in the last video, it's a little crowded in object RAM, and I don't want to have to go messing with variables again, so we're just gonna do it the Sonic 1 way. So we've declared our variable, but I think it's important to note the scope of these variables affects their lifetime, if you will. In Sonic 1, this variable and this variable, which are both in the Sonic object in Sonic 2 and 3, have to be cleared manually. In Sonic 2 and 3, they're part of the Sonic object, so when the Sonic object is cleared, these variables get cleared. So, I think it's wise to just go through the entire game's code, and every time the shield variable gets cleared, we clear the shield type variable as well. As you can see, it occurs on level startup. It occurs on the startup for the game's ending, and it also gets cleared when you get hit, as you can see right here. So we're going to go to all three of these areas and clear the shield type variable as well. So here's one. DO is set to 0 up here, so this is in effect clearing the variable. Actually, let's sort them by RAM. There you go. Proper ordering. Do it again for the ending. And that third instance is in, I believe, 7C. Here we go. Yeah, here's another one. Actually, I don't think I noted this one earlier. Yeah, this occurs when you jump into the big ring. It's actually kind of pointless to do it here. I mean, clearing shield makes sense. It's to stop the shield from just kind of being there in the sky with no Sonic, but whatever. Just for coherence's sake, let's just bind them all together. Alright, and the final one occurs in, I think, sub-react to item? There it is. Alright. And with that complete, we can now move on to the actual logic at hand here. So we're going to, well, this is the equivalent of half of Sonic 3's status secondary variable. So if we come to the Sonic & Knuckles disassembly, take a peek at the constants file, you'll see that the status secondary variable is a bit field, and 3 of the values denote which shield Sonic has. So we're essentially going to replicate this. So we're going to want these, and we're just going to put them in the constants file. There's not really any decent place to put this. There's nothing like it in the Sonic 1 disassembly, so we'll just put it at the bottom. Now, in the last video you might have noticed the status secondary variable being used in our code, and because we didn't have status secondary we removed it. Well, now we're going to put it back. So I believe the code was in Sonic jump height. Alright, and now we're going to just undummy out, or comment out, this code. We're also going to remove these hard-coded jumps. Now, because Sonic doesn't go super in this game, we're just going to make this a quit. Because if you have any shields, then just don't do anything. Is that entirely correct? Not completely. If you study this code, you might notice a little side effect. This clears the roll jump flag, but if you don't have a shield, it'll come here, and then it'll come here, then it'll come here, and then it'll return. So even though it doesn't do anything, it does clear the roll jump flag. So this is kind of an oversight in Sonic 3, kind of a bug. You can have an elemental shield ability, and it makes sense to do this, because you don't want to be in roll jump mode when you do the fire shield dash. But if you do the insta shield, you'll exit the roll jump mode, which is kind of weird. So this is a bit of a Sonic 3 bug, only it's even worse because you don't have an insta shield. Yeah, we're just porting the elemental shields, so now if you double jump with no shields, you will exit roll jump mode. I suppose we'll tackle this bug at the end, just when we're fixing bugs from Sonic 3, I guess, but in the meantime, just bear that in mind. Porting code is good for accuracy, but sometimes you don't want that accuracy because it's kind of a bad thing, or can lead to bad things. Anyway, back to the task at hand. Because we don't have status secondary, it's definitely not object RAM, it's a global variable. We need to just rewrite this address mode. What am I doing? Shield type. We're just going to do that for every single one of these. And okay, so we have the constants, we have the variable, so this code should kind of run, I believe, but you won't get the result you want just yet. Alright. Alright, so now if we try and do a double jump, as you can see it doesn't do anything. But to illustrate that bug, right, here's the roll jump. I can't control left and right. But if I double jump, would you look at that? I can control him. I can turn him back around, I can increase his acceleration. A little hard to demonstrate on terrain like this, but... So that's a regular roll jump. And here's me, yeah, you see I even went backwards, so... Yeah, that's a weird bug. Thanks, Sonic 3. Okay, so... We're clearing the variable, we're using the variable, but we're never setting it to anything. So... Again, because we're granting a shield ability randomly, we're not going to be porting any Sonic 3 logic because it doesn't do that. So we're going to implement this on our own. I believe Object 2E handles the monitor. Yeah, here we go. The monitor content power up, whatever the hell kind of naming scheme that is. And power check shield, as you can see, it gives Sonic a shield. It loads the shield object, and then it plays the shield sound. Ignore this stupid macro. I hate this macro. One of the worst things in this bloody disassembly. Right, well. So we need to randomly grant a shield ability. Now, there is a random number function in the game. Sub-random number, I think. There we go. Okay, and it gives you a random number in DO. It also gives you D1, but I don't think you're really meant to be using that. So all we need to do, we need a random number between 0 and 3. So 0, 1, 2, and use that to decide which ability you get. You know, to be fair, it's been a while since I've done this kind of thing. Because in C, I'd use modulo, but I don't think you quite have that on the Mega Drive. Yeah, you do. You have a division instruction, but it's pretty slow. So, how would I get a number between 0 and 3 in assembly? This is gonna stump me, isn't it? Man, I was not expecting to have to do a math puzzle. Jeez. Right, BSR.W, that might be within range. So we need to pass DO here. And just figure out what to do with it, really. Man. Well, this sucks. Oh dear. Maybe AND by 3, which gives you a number between 1 and 4. And then add or subtract 1, then AND it again? Maybe that would work. I mean, I guess I could also just do a division, but I just, no. It's bad practice. Don't use such a slow instruction on the Mega Drive. Jeez Louise. Okay, well, let's do what I said earlier. So we're gonna AND the value by 3. Then quickly increment it. And AND it again. Actually, no, we want to subtract. And that will give us a number that's either 0, 1, or 2. And we can use that to determine which type of elemental shield to get, and la-di-da-di-da. Right, so. You know, it's starting to show that it's been a while since I've programmed for the Mega Drive. I'm so used to C. Well. I guess we're just going to have a big, ugly if-else chain in assembly. Boy, is this going to be ugly. Alright, tst.b. Oh, come on, Notepad, just stop. I need to turn off that bloody syntax highlighting. Okay. I realise I could just make V shield type an integer, but I'm not. I cannot be bothered right now. Okay. You know, I actually could do what I want with a bit shift. Okay, let's do that instead. So the lowest bit. Actually, I suppose I can just rewrite them. There we go, good enough. Right, so B set. Okay, actually no, I'll start with a okay. I think that will do the job. Okay, so I think that'll work now. Oh, that looks like an error. Oopsie daisy. Every Sonic hacking newcomer's first question. What do I do about this? I guess now if I want to know whether this worked or not, I'm going to have to hunt down a shield monitor. I don't even know where they are in Green Hill Act 1. I think there might be one on top of a loop somewhere. There's invincibility in that tree, but it's not what I'm looking for. As you can see, there's no double jump ability. I am pressing the jump button twice and nothing's happening. That's a ring monitor. Okay. Game hasn't crashed. What ability did I get? Air dash. Okay. Hang on, what? Oh, whoops. So it's a fire shield dash that ends with a bubble shield bounce. Okay, I know what the problem is. So remember how I went through the jump height code and restored this logic? Well, I forgot to do it in the other bit of code I ported from Sonic 3. The one in... what was it? Yeah, Sonic Reset on Floor? Here we go. So it doesn't care whether you have a bubble shield or not, it will make you bounce, which is not the intended behaviour. Right, V shield type. That is not how you spell shield. To be honest, I really should have broken out a level editor and just kind of spawned a monitor right in front of Sonic. Or maybe use debug mode to spawn a shield monitor. I don't know if Sonic 1 lets you do that. But whatever. Guess I'm just going to keep running to this loop-de-loop every time I want to test this out. So which ability did I get this time? Oh, same one. At least I ain't bouncing anymore. The question is my random number generation actually working? Because that's twice in a row, you know, we've gotten a fire shield. Are we missing something? Is it always going to be the fire shield we get? Yeah, here's a fun bug, by the way. If you just jump at the right side of the screen, it will let you walk around instead of forcing you off screen. Alright, well, the hunt for shields continues. I think there are speed shoes down here. Don't really want that. Oh, never mind. Alright, what did I get this time? Oh, cool, bubble bounce. Alright, I guess the random number generator is working. So I wonder how statistically sound my current method is. Like, I'm taking 4 and, like, rounding it down to 3. Doesn't that mean that one of the 3 variables has a higher chance for caring? I don't know. Statistics were never my thing. But yeah, so we have a shield monitor that gives you shield abilities. Kind of cute. Yeah, it's kind of what you want. I mean, the bubble shield doesn't make you drown-proof. The electric shield doesn't attract rings, so it's not entirely there. I suppose I could. Well, I'm just a little torn on what to port next. Should I port the attracted rings? Should I port the not drowning thing? Or should I move on to the graphics and the sound and the whatnot? It's a little out of scope, but maybe I should port these 2 other abilities before I move on to porting the actual graphics, because let's be real, this is the bubble shield. It just doesn't look and sound like it. It behaves like it totally, just not entirely. So how about we finish porting the properties of the shields? The fact that the bubble shield doesn't let you drown and the electric shield attracts rings. There is still the remaining issue of being immune to certain attacks. I think we'll tackle that one last because it's perhaps the most invasive one out there. And it's actually something my the original hack didn't solve properly. It did it in a very rubbish way, and it was long after I made that video. So, instead of playing Sonic 1, I suppose we'll start with not drowning. That's the easy one. So, we come to Sonic 3. And, okay, that's not Sonic 3. Come here, look at the code, and just find all logic pertaining to the bubble shield. Or as the disassembly calls it, the bubble shield. Okay, so here it is. Air countdown, countdown. It aborts if you have a bubble shield or if you're hyper, believe it or not. Wonder why this isn't just using the constants. Ah, whatever. Yeah, it appears to just be one solitary check. Alright. So we need to find, again, what this is in Sonic 1. It does play the drowning music. Maybe we can use that. So if we come to the constants file, you can find a list of every song, including the drowning one. Here we go. And if we look in... Here we go. We should be able to find what we're looking for. Okay. Drown countdown. Is that in here? Of course it isn't. I think it's object A. Here we go. Alright. So whatever the hell that is, and this is checking if you're underwater, just like in the Sonic 3 code. I still don't know what this is. Maybe it has something to do with dying. I think that's routine A, not 6. But yeah, so we'll just add this in right here, just like the Sonic Team devs did. And once again, we have to properly convert this shield type.w. And now, in theory, if I went to Labyrinth Zone, grabbed a bubble shield, I would be... I keep saying drown proof, but you know what I mean? I can't drown. Also, I broke the code. That's good to know. It appears I'm really, really bad at typing the word shield. Well, does it build now? Yeah. You know, it's just occurred to me there's still another issue. You're meant to lose the fire shield and the electric shield when you're in water. And that's not a part of Sonic's logic, or his ability logic, or really any logic except the logic of the shield objects themselves. I mean, all the object really does is animate. That's really just its job. It just shows you the shield, but it also does handle the shield fizzing out if you jump in water. So we won't be able to port that logic until we port the entire object. I suppose the next thing we're going to do is the attracting rings part. That's going to be real tricky. I'm not going to lie. I completely forgot that that's actually something that happens in Sonic 3. Because, well, between Sonic 1 and 2, rings kind of completely changed in how they worked. They went from objects that were individually put in levels to their own entity entirely. It's hard to explain. Granted, the Sonic 1 system is still in Sonic 2 and 3. If you go into debug mode and you spawn rings, it uses, believe it or not, the Sonic 1 way. So maybe Sonic 3 modified the old Sonic 1 code as well. We're just going to have to see. So now we're going to look for, what did I call it? Elec shield. Yeah, I named these things, by the way. Not my proudest achievement. Like, what was it? Looked? No? I have no clue what I called these bloody things. I should have just called it lightning shield. I mean, come on. Lightning. Okay. Yeah, here we go. This is Sonic 2 style ring code. That's some strange looking code. It looks to me like he has a bigger hitbox or something when he has the lightning shield. I could be wrong. Dan. Yeah, looking at it, it appears this only works for the Sonic 2 style rings. So if we're going to hook this into Sonic 1, I don't really know how we're going to do it. But I suppose we'll just have to figure that out, won't we? Well, alright, let's just play along. What does this game do? So as you can see, it creates an object, bail if it can't allocate the RAM, turn it into an object attracted ring, create it at the position of the ring from there's the pseudo ring, I suppose we'll call it. Because this is an object, but the actual ring isn't. In Sonic 1 they are, but and I've no clue. Is this like origin or something? I have no clue what this property is meant to be. I think this just marks the ring as collected. And then it returns, otherwise it does whatever the heck this is, and yeah, whatever. So maybe I can hack it up. So object 25, which is the ring, if Sonic is near it and he has the elemental electric shield, it will turn itself into an attracted ring object. Or perhaps I even make the attracted ring a subtype of the ring object. This is a bit more complicated than I was hoping to get into in this episode, this video. But I'm not sure what else I can do. This is some real hokey dokey stuff. I am puzzled, really, that they didn't convert the Sonic 1 ring code to do something like this. Bouncing ring reverse gravity. So this is like the ring I think this is the ring object when you get hit by an enemy and they bounce on the floor. Here's some dead code from Sonic 2's 2-player. Wow. Here we go. So here's the original Sonic 1 ring object. Interestingly, there's code for competition mode in here. Weird. And yeah, from the looks of it, there is no code in here for magically transforming the ring into an attracted ring when you come near it with an electric shield. So in theory, if you're playing Sonic 3 and you spawn a ring in debug mode and then walk up to it with an electric shield, it will not get pulled towards you. If I'm wrong, then clearly I'm missing something here. So this is probably X, this is probably Y, this is like a radius? Was it diameter? I forget. This is a width, this is a height, this might be an offset, this might be another offset, and then you feed them into here, and I suppose it's checking if you're within the bounding box, whatever. So Sonic has a huge hitbox when he has the electric shield. Which makes me wonder, where is the code for this in the Sonic 1 ring object? Again, it's 25. So let's see. What in the hell is that? Weird. Oh, okay. Yeah, right. In Sonic 1 you could spawn rings in clusters of like 3. But in 2, no, it's individual rings. Ring collect. Okay, maybe collision isn't handled by the ring object in Sonic 1, but rather the collision manager that reacts to item thing. I think that might handle it. Now, here we go, call type. That communicates with the collision manager. Different value, different collision behavior. So we need to go to sub react to item and look for 47. Or higher, if not branch. Aha, here we go. So if it's not 46 or whatever the hell that is, yeah, it will just increment the routine counter. This is still... No, this ain't gonna work. I think we're going to have to implement this completely manually. We're going to need... Ah, man. We are going to need every single ring object to constantly be checking if Sonic is near it in that boundary box with an elemental shield, and if it is, it will transform itself into an attracted ring. This is going to get real messy, let me tell you. So we're just going to have to... Oh man, we're going to have to port so much code. Oh, come on, this is super gross. I don't want to do this. Maybe I should just do it myself, really. Like, this code is just spaghetti. I don't know what I'm looking at. Just take the ring coordinate and the Sonic coordinate and get the delta and see if that delta is within a certain... You know, if it's like 80. If it's within 80, become an attracted ring. I don't know what any of this stuff is doing. Yeah, okay, well, this sucks because I can't just port the code. No, I have to do this goofy homebrew code that might not be accurate to Sonic 3. But let's be real, we're dealing with entirely different implementations of the ring logic. We can't port this. So, sorry. We're going to go to main. This looks more like initialization to me. Then we have animate. I think animate is where we want to be. Let's run our code at the beginning. Okay, right. Oh boy. So we're going to move.w. Alright, this logic gets the delta between the x-coordinate of Sonic and the ring. If the value is negative, we negate it to make it positive. So it's effectively C's abs function. And now we have the absolute delta distance between the player and the ring in DO. And in here, we're going to transform the ring from a regular ring to an attracted ring. Now, I don't think we're going to make the attracted ring its own standalone object. I think we're just going to make it a subtype of the regular ring. So let's just compare attracted ring to regular ring. What differences are there that I have to account for? As you can see, they have the same priority, so that's good. They have the same collision flags, the same render flags, the same art tile, same mappings. The width. Oh, that's interesting. Notice how it only specifies its width. This is the difference between Sonic 2 and 3. 3 implemented height pixels. So, again, I am testing this, but in Sonic 3, if you go in debug mode and spawn a ring, can you even pick it up? Because in theory, it's absolutely flat. It has no height. Unless I'm missing something. Maybe there's an old compatibility mode for Sonic 2 style objects that don't have a height. Or is it a visual thing? I don't know. So yeah, you might have noticed the attracted ring also has a width and a Y radius and an X radius, which the original game has. Sonic 1 also has. You have an art tile which isn't equated for some reason. Hang on a minute. Is this leftover Sonic 2 code? Because... no, never mind, I can't be sure. Right, yeah, this is definitely Sonic 3 style code, but it doesn't use an offset table, it just changes the code pointer. Give ring, move. Oh wow, that's a pretty bad bug. Huh. Yeah, look, we can focus on that later. I'm just thinking, a lot of this code is Sonic 3 specific, like that, like how it changes its routine, this collision stuff, this logic here. And you know what, I think I can get away with another big ugly hack. I don't think I need to port this object. I don't even think I need to merge it with Sonic 1. I think all I need to do is add this, because this is what makes it chase Sonic, you know? The code for colliding with Sonic and being picked up is already there. So why not just add this, and that's it. So I think that's really all we need. If rings to the left of player branch. Okay. So where is this called? Yeah, looks good to me. Okay, there is one problem. We need to make it so the moment Sonic comes within range, it becomes magnetized, and then it doesn't care how far away you are, it'll just chase you forever. Not sure what the proper way to implement that is. Maybe use a variable in the ring's object RAM to just store whether it's been attracted or not. A little tricky. Like, the question then becomes, what SST room is free? As you can see, it does use some temporary SST, scratch RAM to do whatever the hell this is. So 32, 34, 34 is 1 byte. So 35 should be fair game. Okay. So in this case, we st.b 35AO. And this will be our flag to say that the ring is magnetized. I really, really hate Notepad++'s autocorrect. Let's get rid of that. Okay. 35 AO. If it's set, don't process any of this bloomin' logic. What was I thinking? Yeah, just skip the logic. So then we'll call the move function in here. Hang on, am I even checking if he has a lightning shield? Whatever, let's not bother with that. So, instead of porting the entire down object, we're now just porting one function. I think that's much, much more manageable. I guess we'll put it... Oh, now I don't know where to put it. Ah man, it's assembly with hard-coded branch sizes. If you shove code in the wrong places, you're going to create a bunch of errors. You have to go back and resize all the code, and not pleasant. Okay, well, v-player. We're gonna have to do a lot of this equating stuff. Yeah, I don't know what move sprite 2 is. Here we go again on this Dan. What is the equivalent function thing? So yeah, this is move with gravity, this is move without gravity. What is the equivalent in Sonic 1? Let's just look up the word gravity. Oh no! Not this nonsense. Oh, right. Right, so... Move sprite? No. Okay, 1 minute. Look for a magic number, or in this case, a magic instruction. If I come here and look for 38, I'll probably find it. Okay, how many are there? 23. That's not too bad. Here we go. Object fall and speed to pause. Yeah, whatever you say. And that just might do the trick. So if we build and we come within 80 pixels of a ring horizontally, it should start chasing Sonic. Hey up. I'm pretty sure I haven't even called this function. Yeah, I didn't. Nice work, idiot. Whoa! Well. You know what, I'm starting to think 80 pixels was a little too big. Just a little. Okay, I'm getting radius and diameter confused. Radius is from the center, right? And diameter is edge to edge. So yeah, I used a diameter as a radius, which is why the range is so damn big. Alright, so. Seriously? Am I doing something wrong? Is 35 being set by something else? What if I just don't set it ever? I wish I could skip this like in Sonic 2. Yeah, there's something clearly wrong here. Somehow 35 is being set when 34 is being set. Ah, I'm such an idiot. Goodness gracious. You know, I'm sure there are actually bugs in Sonic 1 and 2 that are because of backwards frickin' checks like that. Truly an inspiration to programmers everywhere. Alright, now... Great. I've screwed it up, apparently. Let's try 80, even though I don't think it'll make a difference. Just what? Oh, what am I doing? I'm such a... Can I please stop being dumb? Come on. It really has been a while since I've written code in assembly. Wow. All I want to do is have the rings chase me. Please. Preferably without the radius being wrong, which I think it is, so... Yeah, that's ridiculous. I really do wonder what all that extra code in Sonic 3 was doing though. Like here I am just checking, you know, X delta. What the hell's Sonic 3 doing? Why does it have a delta and a diameter and a radius and like weird offset variables? And there we go. Welcome to Sonic 3, where the code is spaghetti. As you can see, you can be far below a ring. What the hell happened to that ring? It just disappeared. Don't tell me. Oh no. What the hell? Oh, bloody hell. Okay. How do I explain this? This is a macro that just deletes the object when it goes like far away from where it spawned. But that means if a ring chases you long enough, it'll just disappear, which we don't really want at all. Check this out. Shoot. I had to just build up speed and not pick up every ring while I'm at it. Yeah, as you can see, they are just disappearing. So, not good. Not good. Maybe just don't let them despawn at all. What does the attracted ring object do? Does it despawn at all? This appears to be an off-screen check, I think. So if the ring goes off screen, it gets deleted. This variable does not exist in Sonic 1. It was added in 2. Yes, it's the camera X coordinate like anded to 80. So I don't know why it's whatever. I don't know. There comes a point where I can't be asked to make it accurate. I mean, who cares? You know, I just don't want it to despawn on screen. I mean, I don't see what's wrong about having a ring chase you for the whole game. It'll catch you eventually, right? Not to mention, it is really annoying when you're playing Sonic 3 and you run past a ring at high speed, you zip past it, it starts chasing you, but then you off-screen it and it disappears. It's like, hey, I want my ring, please. So you know what? Just don't delete it. So, we do want to display, we do want to do the frame, but we don't want to do out of range. So I guess we're just gonna, yeah, here I am criticizing Sonic 3 for having spaghetti code, and then look what I'm doing. This is garbage. So BRA.W, end code execution there. Here's the thing about programming. It makes a minute difference, but notice how we check if you're within radius, set the flag, then come here and quit. So on the first frame you're within range, the ring doesn't actually chase you. It waits till the next frame. Again, if you were porting properly, you'd have the same behaviour as Sonic 3. But I'm not. Oh dear. Anyway, one more thing. Let's check. You know, I can't check. This is too much. Like, CC is HS. If higher than or the same. If higher than that. Yeah, I don't know. If the ring is 40 units away, does it get attracted or does it have to be fewer than 40? I don't know. But you know what? I think it's a minute difference. I don't care. Let's just stick to this. But yeah, I want to change this frame perfect thingy. So I want to do this down here. So yeah, just skip all of this logic if the ring is already attracted. We don't need to do all these calculations and whatnot. So we come here, then we check again. It's a little redundant, not gonna lie. You know, to be fair, I can just do this here. It's not like there's any abort early code or anything. So we display frame, come here, and we either do move or we out of range. Hey, this returns. Why is it returning? So we set it, we check it, we do it. Now, of course, I could, perhaps for efficiency, add a branch that just takes you straight here, or perhaps branch straight to this. It's an optimization, let's just go with it. Change it to an S, because it's not that wait. Where is it? Oh, whatever. Yeah, this is really gross code, I'm sorry for writing this. Okay. Also, sod it, let's add a vertical check as well. Which requires another plus. So now we're going to compare Y to Y, blah blah blah. If you are not within range, we abort. I'm doing 2. Skip ahead, abort, skip ahead, abort, skip. Alright, I think that's coherent. So now, you know what, I'm paranoid now, because now I want to know, in Sonic 3, do you really have to get this close to attract rings, or is it larger than that? I suppose I should also check if you can off-screen... Oh. You know, in Sonic 3, can you attract dropped rings? I imagine you can't, because again, we checked, it only happens to stationary Sonic 2 style rings. Rings that are dropped on the floor follow the Sonic 1 system of being a regular object. It could be an enhancement, you know, if we applied this logic to the dropped rings. Maybe. But yeah, so here we are, Sonic's just picking up rings like no one's business. And they don't seem to despawn if you run too far ahead or away. You know, I was expecting this to be a real clean port job, but no, it's suddenly gotten real gross and hacky. Yep, that ring did not despawn. Cool. Alright, well. So the bubble shield won't let you drown, and the electric shield, once I've added a check for it, will attract rings. There is still one last bit though. If we come to attracted ring, it checks if you have a shield. If you have a shield, it replaces the ring with a dropped ring. It sets its routine, and it sets the spill animation counter. And then it animates? What the hell? You know, I feel like this might be a bug. Like, it just set itself to the bouncing ring, but then continues to run this extra code. That doesn't seem right. Maybe I'm just crazy. To check if this really works, I'm gonna have to do some real hackery. So we're gonna make it so if you were to lose the lightning shield, it would become a dropped ring. So here's the code that runs. Uh-oh. I'm just thinking about like off by like single frame errors, that kind of thing. Man, this code is so gross. Anyway, this is the code that runs when a ring is attracted to you. Ha ha. Alright, so we need to change it into a dropped one. This is its initialization, this is its bounce, which is right here. All it does is animate and do its usual thing. Delete itself, sparkle, whatever. Okay, and that is object 37. Are there object constants in the Sonic 1 disassembly? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright. I suppose I should give a bit of a quick explanation. So in Sonic 3, it works different to Sonic 1 and 2. In Sonic 1 and 2, an object is unique. But the thing that makes an object different from another object is its ID, which is the first byte of its SST, its object RAM. And like I said, it's an ID, and the ID is used as an offset into a function pointer table. Sonic 3 bypasses that and just skips to making the first 4 bytes in the SST a code pointer. So we can't just copy this to Sonic 1, we have to... We have to re-implement it as an ID. This is just routine, this, whatever. So we're just going to port these over. I'm sorry, am I in the wrong bit? Here we go. So once again, we're just going to check V shield type. If there is no lightning shield, there is a lightning shield, sorry. We skip ahead to here. Otherwise, we set it to 37. Says routine to 2. And we've set the spill animation counter to -1. So what is the equivalent in... That's some dead code. Is it above? Yeah, this is the spilled ring, the dropped ring. Gets set to -1. What does it do in this game? V Annie 3 time. Okay. So we're going to quickly do a little something different. We're going to change, because I don't want to have to get a shield and then lose it just to check if this works. So instead, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to test if Sonic is jumping or not. I think it's 3C. That's what it... Yeah. If Sonic is jumping, the rings will change. And that was an error. Okay. What am I doing? Yeah, and I don't think Sonic 1 has a constant for the ID. No, it doesn't. Okay. As you can see, by doing something in one part of the code, I managed to bugger up code in the other part. That's annoying. So we need to go to sub solid object and resize that annoying little branch. So it's a LAN 67. A wedge sized branch isn't good enough, so we'll just use an absolute jump along lead. So the rings will come towards me, and when I jump, they'll stop being attracted and they'll just become dropped rings. Okay. Jeez. Actually, if I just jump near them, they'll automatically be dropped. No, they won't. Okay. Can I have some rings I don't have to jump to get? Damn it. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working. Okay. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm checking. Darn it. Yeah, I'm checking 3C of the current object. I should be checking Sonic's 3C. Alright. So if I jump near these rings, they won't even be attracted. They'll instantly be dropped. Or they won't be. You know, at this rate, it's going to turn out that 3C isn't even the jumping flag. Yeah, it does not seem to be doing it. Okay, well, first and foremost, that is hexadecimal, not decimal. What? Oh, what can I be doing wrong? Yeah, come on. 3C is the jumping flag, and yet the ring just won't detach. Alright, let's just unconditionally do it. Just to see the code for making it stop chasing you is correct. So if I go into these rings, they should instantly drop. Yep, there we go. Those are dropped rings. Look at them go. Please don't pick them up, Sonic. Jeez. Dead, because that's not a bug at all. Right, so... yeah, apparently I'm just having a really hard time detecting that Sonic is jumping. I guess I don't really need that to work, but I'd rather it worked. Really, why ain't it working? If Sonic is jumping, it'll run this code. Is it just because it was the wrong variable earlier? Is 37 in decimal? Sorry, yeah, is 37 in decimal the same as 25 in hexadecimal? Is that what I was being caught on? Right, let's try again. Alright, so when I'm airborne, they drop. When I'm near them and I don't. Yeah, we go. Yeah, okay. So it was just that one dumb little typo. So the logic there is correct. So we can now get rid of this. Change this back to what it was meant to be. And there you go. If I lose Lightning Shield, the rings will become dropped rings and just bounce around. That is now correct. So I kind of did what I set out to do in this part. I mean, how long have we been going for? That took me way longer to find than I thought. Right, we've already been doing this for an hour, so I guess that's the end of this part. Because, you know, there was other stuff I wanted to do, you know? I didn't just want to add the three, you know, this. I didn't want to just add this. And then, yeah, because I need to think this through a bit better. I had plans to do this, and then some more things in preparation for the future parts. But before I could get to that second part, I got carried away actually implementing the remaining abilities, like the rings chasing you, like the bubble shield not letting you drown. Which is, yeah. So I guess I'm just going to have to leave the thing I had planned to do for a later part. Still, there is one thing left to do. A ring shouldn't be able to chase you unless you have the lightning shield. So, completely bypass this logic if Sonic doesn't have a lightning shield. So I guess to end this video, we're just going to play through, grab some shields, and just see their various effects. Up, down, left, right. Let's go to Labyrinth Zone. To be fair, I don't think there are many shields in Labyrinth Zone, so we might be here for a bit. As you can see, the rings are not... Wow, look at that shield at the beginning. Cool. So which one is this? Of course it's the fire shield. It's always the fire shield. As you can see, it works underwater. And I am drowning, so at least that's correct. You know one problem with the Flame Dash? It conflicts with Sonic 1's speed cap. So if you do the air dash and hold in the direction it's meant to take you, you don't go very fast. But if you use the air dash without holding left or right, you flipping rocket off. That is definitely something we're going to have to change. I think we're just going to have to remove Sonic 1's speed limit. Or maybe only allow it in the air. Either way, the vanilla behaviour just isn't compatible. So, yeah, that'll be left for a later part. And I really do not think I'm going to come across a shield for a while. Maybe I should just restart and play the beginning of the level and grab another shield monitor. I really want to get a bubble shield monitor just to see that it makes you drown proof, as I keep bloody calling it. Really, what's a better word for that? Gives you infinite air, I suppose. You think in a zone this deadly they'd be showering you with shields, but I suppose being whacked by spikes isn't the only thing you've got to worry about. Yeah, I think this might be a bit of a fool's errand, running around looking for a shield that doesn't exist. Man, why do I have to have the most boring shield ability? Really, not only is the fire shield boring, it's also a hazard to your health. Bloomin' heck. As you can see, I've lost the fire dash, so that code's working at least. Oh, come on, this is the end of the level, isn't it? Alright, screw you. Don't tell me I got another fire shield. I got another fire shield. Okay, so as you can see, there's no timer, Sonic isn't drowning, and he can bubble bounce. So, I just rewrote the random number logic because I just, for whatever reason, I couldn't get it working. I was obviously doing something wrong, I tried something else, it didn't work. Unfortunately, apparently luck is my absolute worst enemy, because I for the life of me cannot get a bubble shield to spawn, even though theoretically it should. I mean, look at it. It absolutely should spawn a bubble shield. There's nothing that's preventing it. But because it's a pseudo-random number generator, I suppose, every time I try, I either get a fire shield or a lightning shield. So that's what I've been doing for the past 10 minutes. It's been driving me flipping bananas. Will I be lucky this time? Nope, electric shield. So that's how my 10 minutes have been. But regardless, the shield is randomly handed out. The remaining 2 fire shield abilities have been implemented, which is attracted rings and you don't drown. So I think that's it for this part. Next part will hopefully not be this long because, come on. And we might be able to move on to graphics or audio. So see you then.